Hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel, Little Goals and Books, particularly with the episode within Novel Experiences. I am so excited because today's theme is a Hobbit day, channeling our inner Bilbo Baggins as we search for treasure, $25,000 to be specific. And when I first heard about this potential at finding treasure, I was absolutely stoked. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the Forest Fen treasure that I think was solved 5-ish years ago, but I went actually to Colorado in search of his treasure. If you're not familiar with the Forest Fen treasure, I'll kind of link it below, but that was so fun to try to figure out. But this, definitely a smaller amount of money than the Forest Fen treasure, but this happens every year here in Utah for the past 7 years, where somebody who has a decent amount of money hides $25,000 in a wooden chest somewhere in Utah, and then writes, we're going to call them riddles. It's really a Hobbit themed day. These clues, these riddles, to help us try to decipher and figure out where this chest could be in Utah. So I'll read it to you guys. If it's treasure you seek, here's some friendly advice. Begin your quest early when the mornings are nice. Glance to the west. Use distant peaks as your guide. They should look like the rock with the moon on its side. Walk through the dust that stands as a shield, yet when the storm blows, it refuses to yield. Visit the stranger who once knelt to stone, and climb where the wind is never alone. If the phoenix's order is one you've joined, follow the galleons that Hermione coined. Wind through the trees where the trail is hard, until you meet the dragon and the fortune he guards. Now close to the prize, you can rest your shoulders and find the wooden chest amongst the boulders. So I am really excited to find this treasure, or at least have a Hobbit themed day of trying to find the treasure. But let's go. Okay, this is where I'm gonna start looking. Apparently there is an Indian princess grave, and that's where I'm going. Okay, awesome, I'm on the right path. I was worried, but it says pretty early on you'll cross a bridge, and here I am. There's supposedly a Bigfoot statue around here, but I think something I read said they took him down because he had a broken foot. It's gonna be the stranger knelt to stone. That would have been pretty clever, I would have thought. Just a cute little swing. How cool. I think that would hold. Not quite sure which of these two paths to take, but I think I'm gonna take the more interesting one first. If that's not it, then I'll go to the other one. So I'm here, but I thought it was just going to be a plaque with like one stone and then boulders around. But since this is kind of a memorial, I don't feel comfortable walking on top of all these rocks. So I'll just kind of do a quick scan, but kind of thinking it's not here. around nearby boulders just to see. Got a bunch of stickers in my socks. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of go over, say, the lines that I think matched and which ones didn't really at all. If it's treasure you seek, here's some friendly advice. I don't know if that line was supposed to help or not. Begin the quest early. Begin your quest early when the mornings are nice. So that would make sense to me because there is no shade. I am literally standing in the only shady spot on this whole hike, basically. Glance to the west. So you're looking to the west over here. So I guess that would make sense. Use distant peaks as your guide. See, you can see distant peaks. Antelope Island, I would say. They should look like the rock capitalized with the moon on its side. Yeah, that line. No, there isn't anything that looks like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or a particular famous rock or looking like a crescent moon, moon on its side, a smiley face. I don't know. Walk through the dust that stands as a shield. Not really sure about that, what that would even mean. Yet when the storm blows, it refuses to yield. Also, like, I don't know. Visit the stranger who once knelt to stone. See, I would have thought that would be the Bigfoot statue. So, but I don't know if he's necessarily stone, but I feel like that would work. And climb where the wind is never alone. We climb pretty high up, so I would say that would work, my opinion. If the Phoenix's order is one you've joined, so this is my thinking, but I need to research it because I could be totally goofing, no idea what I'm talking about, is since we visited an Indian princess grave site, if that tribe had something to do with a bird, a phoenix, that would have been amazing, but I don't know, I didn't look into that. I'll have to do that though. Follow the galleons that Hermione coined. That line, I don't see how that would match up. There weren't any little circular landmarks at all. I don't know what that could be. Wind through the trees where the trail is hard. So there were trees. The first part was challenging, it was uphill, but then the last part wasn't. It was pretty flat, just exposed out in the sun. Until you meet the dragon and the fortune he guards. So I didn't really see anything that could be like a dragon-looking rock structure or kind of an alcove, a little almost cave. So that one also doesn't work. Now close to the prize, you can rest your shoulders. Don't know if that's anything. And find the wooden chest amongst the boulders. There were boulders. I feel like I looked relatively well. Unless it was buried under a boulder and had to move rocks, I didn't do that. So, yeah, I don't know. So the lines that really didn't match up, they should look like the rock with the moon on its side. That one, I don't know. And until you meet the dragon at the fortune he guards. That one also. Then there were a couple that's like, I don't know if that's really a clue or just add lines. But yeah, not successful, but still kind of a cool hike. Really pretty day.